Spoil Tusk for you. Somehow this film is based off of a true story, but it's about a man who gets turned into a walrus. Wallace runs a podcast that makes fun of odd things and odd people. He plans on interviewing this man who accidentally cut off his own leg, but when he gets to Canada to do this interview, he finds out the man ended himself. He then finds a note in a bar from a man named Howard who offers him room and board in exchange to listen to his stories. Obviously, Wallace accepts. Howard seems friendly and shares a wild story about being saved from a shipwreck by a walrus named Mr. Tusk. Then Wallace starts to see some red flags in the house, but before he can leave, he falls unconscious because Howard gave him something. I can't show you pictures, but Wallace first wakes up with an amputated leg, and then over the course of the film, Howard begins to perform more surgeries over him that make him become the walrus, Mr. Tusk. Then his co-host and his girlfriend notice that he's left a lot of distressing voicemail and that he's missing, and they hire a private detective to track him down. And this private detective knows about Howard's crimes. Then Howard gets into his own walrus suit and he fights Wallace, who is now a full walrus, and Wallace ends up winning. Then the co-host and the girlfriend and the private detective arrive and they notice what happened. Then we flash forward to a year later and poor Wallace is at the zoo with the walruses. He's unable to speak or return to his former life, and we see him cry because he is trapped as a monster. Make sure you come over here if you like my content.